Alright everybody, welcome back to Sky Factory 2.5. I know I didn't have a video up yesterday. Some of my friends came over and was like, hey, let's go be sociable, so I was like, okay. But the game ran on without me. And I did get a lot of stuff done before that. I got a lot of stuff done later last night, early this morning. So I'm going to just do a quick review of what I've been doing off the camera. And it's been a lot of kind of experimentation, a little bit of just playing around with stuff, and then about 16 hours of AFK. So anyway, let me start down here. Oh man. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff in the Nether I'm going to get to in a minute, but if you look at my experience bar, this thing just doesn't stop. Like, I tried to get rid of some experience yesterday. Here's the result. 4 resonant portable tanks totally full of levels. I sent out some pictures on Twitter about this when I was at like level 500 and something, and going in and out of the Nether just gained me a whole bunch of levels, because every time I come through here and get even near the mob farm, I gain a couple of levels. Anyway, went ahead and upgraded some solar panels to solar panel 3s. I had a couple of 2s here, went ahead and put a 3 on that to keep it running more consistently. I also put a couple extra there, upgraded this power cell. The solar panel I'm using for this setup here, I had 4 tier 2s over here, and went ahead and upgraded to a tier 3, which is the same as about 8 tier 2s, not counting any other kind of upgrades. I think it's identical to 8 tier 2s, or at least 4. Maybe it's 4. 1 to 2 is 8. 2 to 3 I might be just 4. Anyway, it's not better, it's pretty much exactly the same. But hardened energy cell down here also, I think that's the one I started with. Upgraded this pulverizer all the way up to resonant, just to see if it actually got faster or anything. The only thing it does is add these augment slots, which I'll end up using eventually, but I don't really need them at the moment. I just wanted to have a fully upgraded machine here. These other ones are still basic, haven't touched them. Nothing else going on down here, except I made a ladder all the way down to void space. I think I might actually still be about 2 or 3 blocks short of being actually in the void, since I can still see the marker, the map marker beacon thing. But as I go down here, you can actually see the void particles. I don't know if that's going to come out very well on camera, but they move slightly. They're kind of like Starfield. I'll give that a second to, just in case it's got some visual fuzz to it. But yeah, I got pretty far down here and then decided, you know what, I don't want to really be that far down. You can see the, what is it called, like bedrock fog? But yeah, one of the achievements, let's go up here real quick. One of the achievements in the book says to use an angel block, which I crafted. Use an angel block and your ability to fly. I went ahead and ticked off fly because we did all this other stuff before. To start a new island somewhere else, and I did, and it's not very far away. It's right there. So I went ahead and ticked that off, because I was trying to decide what do I want to put on a second island that I'm not going to want to get to, at least temporarily, or you know, in a short amount of time. Plant a flower in 5 different biomes. I have not been checking the biome list on like the F3 stats thing readout, but I know I've got like 3 biomes on my island, and it's ocean, beach, and river. and maybe plain, so probably 4. So that one won't be too hard. I just have to go like a little bit further over to one side. Travel to the Nether. I've done that, obviously. Use a diamond dolly to bring home 5 blaze spawners. This I will do eventually, as soon as I decide what I want to do with blaze spawners, because I have no use for the blaze rods or anything. I might just, like, well, no, can't leave them in a box or anything. They're actually blocks that you have to place back down. I'll do something with that. Kill a wither. Done. Travel to the deep dark. Soon. Spoiler warning. I've got the material to make the portal. Right here. I've got almost 60 stacks of quadruple cobblestone. And all I need is 4 quadruples and 1 quintuple. So that's 13 stacks. Or actually only 13 pieces of quadruple compressed to make the portal, and about 36 diamonds if I do it safely, which I've got right here. Got 121. This setup got a little bit expanded. I'm probably jumping ahead somewhere. Okay, this I'll come back to. I don't have a what do you call it? Like a plan for the episode. I'm just saying this is the stuff that happened. Okay, mob farm, experience everywhere, items everywhere. Most of that gets sorted. The stuff that doesn't goes in those chests, as I've explained before. The armor pieces, though, tend to get backed up, which is why I had 4 chests of stuff over there. I have since crafted a bunch of filing cabinets and sorted all the armor pieces by type. So all of the chain helmets go in here, all of the leather helmets go in here, etc., etc. So they all get nice and sorted. The reason these are not over there, before you ask about it, is because when you put a filing cabinet attached to any kind of item pipe, this happens. This filing cabinet is for player heads from headcrumbs. It should not accept any other items, but if you look, we've got carrots, chests, coal, floral pink powder, iron ingots, all of these little petals from Botania, gold nuggets, glowstone dust, sulfur, sugar, sticks, and the list goes on, right? I mean, they don't work the way they're supposed to. For some items they do, like bows. I don't think I've seen anything in here that's not a bow. Some items they work for, some items they don't. So, just to save trouble, I went ahead and did that. Let me go ahead and sort these out real quick. I'll do the rest later. Yeah. So anyway, that I'm eventually going to put 4 more right here for the iron armor, but the only iron armor I've got is here, the ones that I made, and there's a few pieces kind of in here, so it's not really a pressing matter at the moment, but I'll do it eventually. Now, all that experience I'm getting, I was just trying to decide, what do I do with all this? What's the point of having 1,000 levels? Besides dying and losing half of it. So that's when I made these resonant tanks. The first one, when I was back at like level 530 something, the first tank got filled up before I even used 8 levels. The second one was filled up in about another 8 levels. And the other 2 kind of don't matter anymore, I forget, because I'm like another 500 levels higher than when I made them. So, anyway, that's my backup experience reservoir in case I die like 8 times or more and need some experience. I'll drain these into the other tanks that you can just click on and get the experience back out of, and we'll be good. Now I decided to use these on this enchanter. You can make your own enchanted books. You just put a book and quill, and some kind of item, and depending on the item is what enchantment you get back. So here's a list. Experience boost books are gold ingots. Auto smelt are blocks of coal or charcoal or sugar charcoal. Protection for dark steel, you get fire protection for blaze powder, feather falling for feathers. The list goes on and on and on and on. And then I got down here, and efficiency 5 for the low price of 60 redstone. I was like, you know what? well, 60 redstone and 29 levels. I was like, you know what? I'm over level. I was like level 1070 or something. So I was like, you know what? I might as well, because I've got all this redstone over here. Went ahead and made a whole bunch of redstone, made 2 books, came over here, stuck them in these sifters. So now I've got 2 sifters. Well, one of them now is a regular book. I guess they wear out. Anyway, this guy still has it in efficiency 4. I think they wear down over time. Not quite sure. Anyway, but I can also reuse that book with some redstone in a couple of levels. Not too worried about it. To kick these guys back up to efficiency 5. I could also, I think, put fortune books in there. I'll go ahead and take that out. I can also put fortune books in here and get bonus drops out of that. Now, there is an argument for using the compressed sieve with compressed, like gravel or whatever. And the reason I'm not doing that, I did make the compressed sieve. It's over here in a box. The heavy sieve, I mean. That's the one you use for compressed stuff. The reason I'm not doing that is because you only get 70% of your drops back that you should be getting per material used. And I know a lot of people are like, hey, use the compressed one. But I'd rather get the full amount of drops or items from the material that I put in. Oh, I don't need to put that in there. I'd rather get the full amount back. So it's all running while I'm not even paying attention to it anyway. So I want to go over there and see a giant pile of items and not kind of a good pile of items. Yeah. Clutter everywhere. Semi-organized clutter. Made some signalum to upgrade the pulverizer, and just made a bunch of extras. Alright, so after these were running full tilt for like a full day. I've been slowly cleaning stuff out. I got a lot of ingots to make. What else? Put a second hammer. So here's the X Asterisk automatic hammerer, and this is the X Compressed Iam auto hammer. They do the same thing. I was trying to see which one is faster. They're pretty close to the same, but I think the auto hammer pulls ahead. The X Compressed Iam auto hammer pulls ahead slightly, but it doesn't really matter. They're close enough to where whichever one you use, you should be alright. The automatic hammer uses way more materials, so just keep that in mind. Let me just make sure nothing is stuck in the system anywhere. We should be good. Yeah, alright, we're good. Moving right along. So, you'll notice there's a sheep here. The sheep was not here before. I went ahead and made some of the animal lures. Put down, there were 2 sheep in here. I don't know what happened to the other guy. But I put a couple down, so now we have a couple of sheep. Or we had a couple of sheep, now we're down to 1. Don't really need it, just kind of wanted to, mirror the chicken farm over here with something. Speaking of chickens, there was about 12 in here. I went ahead and killed them all because they were just throwing eggs and feathers everywhere. So I've got over 1,200 eggs and almost 500 feathers. If I ever need more chickens, I've got plenty of eggs right there to make a few more. I could also just make animal lures and put a couple down. Fluid cows. I tried breeding these guys. One of my viewers slash commenters said, if you breed 2 fluid cows, do you get another fluid cow of another fluid type? And the answer to that is, I don't know yet, because every time I've tried to breed these guys, when I right click on them, see the cooldown timer. Whenever it says 0, that means you can go ahead and get fluid out of them. Whenever it's counting down, that means you have to wait. It doesn't matter what you right-click on these guys with, they start a countdown and don't do anything else. When I tried breeding them with the wheat, I right-clicked on them, it took the wheat, the countdown started, and hearts appeared. So I did 2 of them. They did the whole love mode thingy, and nothing happened. So I don't know if it's kind of a bug or what. Maybe there's too many in here, in the area, but as far as I can tell, I'm not sure if you can breed them or not. When I actually make one of the breeder items, oops, 2 E's. When I make one of these and put it down and test it, which is fairly simple to make, when I get around to doing that, I will post results. So we'll see. It's to be determined at the moment. Moved the muffler block kind of right here to mute out the sheep also, as well as the chickens. That just gets moved around occasionally wherever I want it. Crops. I planted a 2nd and maybe a 3rd lapis. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, there's 3 lapis plants in here. A couple of diamonds. Still the obsidian, glowstone, Minicio, all those. Copper, chickens, which I'm going to take that one out. Got plenty of chicken stuff. Obsidian, all this is coming along very well. I've been using a lot of the materials. Here's the stockpile if you want to glance at it. Pause the video. I'm going to move on. This farm, pretty much totally untouched. That's there for looks. I rarely use it. Here's my food stockpiles. Let me add to that real quick. What do I have a ton of? Potatoes? Might as well bring one of those along. For some reason, the oven cooking in the multi-block structure kitchen doesn't work. I don't know why, but it doesn't. So I usually cook down there or over here if I feel like using some coal. But this hasn't changed either. I just store my food in there and come back for it later. What else? I added a couple layers to the smeltery here. It'll hold 63 items now, so almost a full stack. That's pretty much exactly where I want it. I made an ender tank, well, 2 ender tanks. One goes here to get the lava out of this system. The other one is, whoa, hello. The other one is over here to put the lava into the smeltery. And I moved the tank from like over here sideways to on top just so it looks better. No real reason otherwise. And the combo code for these 2 tanks is orange, 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 because it's just nothing but lava transport from there to there, just because I felt like it. Speaking of lava, let me make sure I got everything over here. If you see something I missed, let me know. I think that's everything. Anyway, so over here, island number 2 with the angel block. It's right there. I went ahead and just left it. The angel block, whenever you're out here in the void, normally to place a block, you have to have something to place it against. If there is nothing, you can use an angel block. Here's the recipe for the angel block. It's an obsidian, 2 feathers, and a piece of gold. 1 gold ingot. The angel block, whenever you click to place it down, it just goes wherever you're facing, right in front of you. You can place it in the void. So it's handy for starting new islands like this. Now this thing, more or less, it's a tree farm, it's a lava farm, and it's also a legendary loot bag farm. And I'm going to run you through the process of how it works real quick. This might take a second if you're interested. Stay tuned. If not, skip ahead a bit. Whenever you see me go into the Nether, we're done here. That's the next place I'm going. So, here's how it works. Step 1 is, we've got an ender chest right here that is tied to the ender chest right there on top of the cobblestone generator back there. That is a secondary lava production thing other than what I've got. Ooh, hello. Let me turn that down. Anyway, other than the one I've got over there, that one is mostly just for the smeltery, and whenever I feel like getting some obsidian out of it, that's all that one's doing over there. Cobblestone, smeltery, and obsidian. This one is also being used to make lava for this system. The differences are this one is running on liquid pyrotheum, fluid pyrotheum. It's right in there. You can kind of see it underneath these blocks. That makes these crucibles work at 7 times melting speed. So, cobblestone comes in, goes into the crucibles, gets melted down pretty quick. A couple of transfer nodes for liquids. Pulling it out into this tank here. That's just my buffer tank. This is the resonant tank that I had full before. It's slowly being drained as well. It's like getting close to empty. When this one is empty, I'm going to throw it over there and put more experience in it. But anyway, so lava goes, there's another liquid transfer node, goes into this magmatic dynamo. This makes power from lava and slowly consumes lava to make power. The lower the amount of power stored in it gets, the more RF it produces. And there is a cap on it, but it usually stays full. So this produces power, puts the power in this energy cell. The energy cell kicks the power out to a couple of different machines. One is the planter, one is the harvester, which we've seen both of over there. We know what they do. The other one, there's a tier 3 crafter. You know the crafter block, it saved us a ton of time before with loot bags and magical crops essences. You know what that does. And down here we have a sludge boiler. So, harvester, well, planter plants trees, harvester cuts down trees. Sludge made from the harvester goes in this tank. It's pumped out of that tank into the sludge boiler. The sludge boiler makes random terrain and dirt and sand and other kind of blocks, and they go over here. So now we also have a block farm. So there's dirt, coarse dirt that grass does not grow on, sand, red sand, gravel, clay blocks, netherrack, soul sand, mycelium, and heat sand. So if I ever need any of these, oh yeah, and podzol. If I never need any of these for any reason, there they are. Now, back up a couple of steps here. Power going to the tier 3 crafter. Now this thing is getting wood from this chest. So the harvester gets the saplings, and it gets the logs, and it gets the apples. Those all go in this gold chest. The apples are still in here, which I'm going to take out. These I move manually because it gets a lot of them, but not really enough to worry about. The wood goes this way into the crafter. The saplings go down here. There's a buffer chest. It's getting pretty full. I'm going to have to upgrade it. But there's a buffer chest that goes back to the planter so it doesn't overfill and start just backing up into the system here. Because eventually it will stop. If it gets backed up with saplings, it'll stop. And that's happened once when I was out yesterday. So I had to increase the storage amount. It looks like I'm about to have to do it again. 8,313 out of 10,000 in about a day and a half. Anyway, so saplings go that way, wood goes this way. The wood goes into this crafter. And this is a tier 3, so it has 8 recipe slots. I'm only using 6. And here's what it does. Step 1. Get wood, make planks. The planks go into the internal storage slot, which is right here. The next step is use those planks like this to make sticks. Put those in the external slot, so they go down here. Those sticks get taken... I've got a lot of these little panels. Ow. I've got panels here to divide these pipes up so they don't connect to each other. The sticks go out the bottom here. There's my stack upgrade. They go out the bottom of the crafter into the loot recycler. The loot recycler receives all items that you can get out of loot bags and transfers them into new loot bags. And this one, it only makes common ones. Here's where I'm going to throw all the apples. So, as it makes new loot bags, they are pulled out with this transfer node, and they go up back into the crafter. The next step for the crafter is take 4 of these common loot bags, make an uncommon, then take 4 of the uncommons, make a rare, take 4 of the rares, make an epic, take 4 of the epics, make a legendary. This takes a little bit of time to get through the entire cycle, but those all go into the internal storage so that it can use them for the next recipe till it gets to legendary. Then it says kick these out to the external buffer right there. They get taken out. Where is it? Right there. They get taken from here through this item pipe into that chest right there, and I've got that many. 26 in about a day and a half. So it's working. It's not super efficient, but it does what I want it to do. It gives me a lot of blocks. It gives me saplings when I need them. Not that I need them. And it gives me loot bags. So real quick, let me toss some more junk in here real quick. Pink dye I don't need. Glowstone I don't really need. Sulfur goes in, good. And I'm gonna go ahead and eat this apple. You notice I'm taking damage and getting poisoned. That's from the sludge boiler. If you have particles turned on, you can see there's like a particle area around it. While you're in that area, you get poisoned and you get the hunger debuff. So that's what was going on there. Let me grab a couple of more. Well, one more. Okay. Let's go ahead and pop open some more legendary loot bags. They're all going to go in here. Speaking of which, I did miss something. So, one of my commenters, I forgot your name, sorry, I should have written it down, you know who you are, commented, hey, is it still possible to duplicate the magical crops? And the only time I've ever done that is in the 2.4 series, when I was using an axe that had like looting 2 on it, and it was giving me 2 seeds or 3 seeds back every time instead of just 1. Now he said he knows it only works with the Matic. So I combined the 2 ideas. Here's the result. It's a plastic Matic, the material doesn't matter, but the handle's made out of paper so I can get an extra modifier on it. And I'm going to load this thing full of lapis. Now it's only partially got a little bit of lapis on it right now, and I haven't used it yet. But the idea here is to use a Matic that's got looting 3 to break some magical crops and hope for extra drops out of them. So that's a work in progress. I will keep you updated on it, I guess, but that's the reason I made a couple of extra lapis plants, just to speed up production of lapis so that I can make more lapis pieces to add to that, because I don't really want to dip into my stockpile back there quite yet. Maybe whenever it's getting closer to full, I'll do that. Another tool that I made is right here. I named it the Adamantus because it was green and purple, and it's like unbreakable. If you see that right there, unbreakable, that means it has reinforced level 10. Reinforced per level gives the tool a 10% chance of not taking damage when you use it. Now at 10 of those, the chance is 100% chance of not being used when you use it, which makes it have infinite durability. As you can see, about halfway down the tooltip there, it says effective durability infinite. Now the base reinforce level for obsidian pieces on a tool is 3, so you have to have 7 more modifiers on the tool. Luckily for me, it gained a level of unbreaking, or reinforcement. It got a level of reinforced whenever it leveled up one time, or else there'd only be 9 on here, and I'd have to add a piece of paper to it or something, or use the gold and diamond method to add a modifier slot, which you can do if you luck out, but you have to add 7 or less if you're lucky obsidian plates to the item to make it unbreakable, to get up to reinforced 10. Now along the way, it also got an emerald, which gave it a 50% bonus durability, which now is pointless. It also got 2 levels of haste, so it's got redstone on there. And it got 2 levels of auto repair, which now is, again, pointless because it has infinite durability. It never has to repair itself. But it is an infinite durability matic. So I've got an infinite shovel / axe, and the mining speed is higher than that of the platinum one that I was using, the shiny one. That one had mining speeds of about 14, and it has the same harvest level. So when we get to the deep dark, I'll be using this shiny pickaxe here. I might make a new one that's infinite durability, but this one I'm trying to see how far up I can get the auto repair to go. So it's at 5 so far. It auto repairs itself pretty quick. It's got a 14 mining speed, and it's not too bad. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's start cracking open these loot bags. Unstable ingots. Not stable. Quick, somebody give me an obsidian. We know what to do with these, don't we? Grab it. Open the inventory, put obsidian like that. Super Builder's Wand. Before that thing explodes. I don't know if that was stable or not. It didn't look like it. Now this one, Super Builder's Wand on 2 sticks to get a 4096. Oh wow. Holy cow. Okay, so the Builder's Wand, you'll notice, looks different. I upgraded it to this one. The Builder's Wand lets you place, how many blocks is it? 8? Or 16? Anyway, you add sticks to it, and it upgrades to this better Builder's Wand, and it tells you that it's got a max of 16 blocks that can be placed at a time. I made a second one, and combined the 2 of them, like so, to make a 32 unbreakable wand. So this will place 32 blocks. Now the only reason I did that was to put down more blocks faster so that I can vein mine them back up faster to level up my tools. And that's why I got the pretty high leveled pickaxe and the super high leveled matic that is now godlike, just kind of out of nowhere. I placed down like 10 stacks of logs in this area over and over and over and over again to level it up. But anyway, so that, where'd it go? Right there. So that is a, when I add the sticks to it, that will place 2096 blocks maximum. 4096, my bad. There's not even a way to craft that one other than that. So let's get rid of this one. We're going to use that one. Maybe. Not quite sure. Maybe just for safety's sake, I'll stick to the little one. Anyway, moving right along. Mundane Ring. Oh, so good. Not sarcasm. I've probably got about 10 of those already, and just recycled them. Silverwood sapling. Now that's a good one. I don't have any of those yet, so I'll be planting that here in a little bit. Vibrant alloy. That's pretty good. Don't have any of that yet. Iam ingots. Crimson Cult helm. Diamond chest plates. Those are going to get recycled because I've got a couple of each of those now. Didn't mean to do that. Tools and stuff down here. Give me a second. Iron, there it is. Just a habit to click the sort button, but now I'm using this double chest for 2 different things, so my bad. Okay, those don't go there. Anyway, next bag. 2 essence berry bushes and a lesser ring of ender disjunction. Cool. Let's put those away. 3 Plowman's Lunch. Cool. More food I'm probably not going to use. 2 dead bushes. I don't know the use of those. That might just be a joke. Amazing Technicolor glasses and 2 Mana Steel ingots. Cool. Essence Berry bushes and diamond armor. Again, going to get recycled. 2 uncommon treasures. Okay, now somebody needs to get this straight. Those are not good loot. I've got a ton of those. I'll eventually open them. If you want to see me do it on camera, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to spam them out off camera and deal with all the loot myself. But those probably shouldn't be in there. Next one, a Bedrock Iam Ingot. Wow. So if you don't know, these you make from like a ton of cobblestone, which I've got more than that. I could make one of these. And a block of diamond. So that, if anything else, will just save me time. And you use those to make bedrock drums that hold 65 million and a half of a fluid. I don't have any use for something that... Wait a minute. I do have a use for that barrel. I wonder how long that would take to drain 1,000 levels into a bedrockium drum. Well, you know I'm not going to do it on camera. That would take a long time. Anyway, also when you carry it, you get slowed because it weighs a lot. Because it's like a giant brick of material stuck together. Alright, so mana in a bottle and diamond boots. Those are going to get recycled. More diamond and 2 more bedrockium ingots. Ooh, man. So we're halfway to the barrel without having to do any work. Or the drum, I mean. Division Sigil, miniature red heart, 3 lamb with mint sauce. More food I'm not going to use. I've got 7 of these miniature hearts, I think. This will be number 8. I'm eventually going to make the health canisters. 4 Enderium ingots and 3 gold bushes. Awesome. I've probably got a ton of gold, but I will probably end up using those. 3 more vibrant alloys. Let me look at the recipe for this. These you make with energetic and ender pearls. Energetic is redstone, gold, and glowstone in an alloy smelter. Okay, so those are just going to save me a little bit of hassle. 3 more essence berry bushes, like I need more experience, game. Diamond leggings, a knowledge fragment, and 2 draconium ingots. That's more like it. The knowledge fragment I will use now, just to get it out of the inventory. It's Thumbcraft research stuff. Iron horse armor, more food, and another essence berry bush. Alright, let's start getting some of these things recycled. Anything I'm missing? No. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put this food in there. Drop down here to the pulverizer real quick. Toss that in. And resume. Almost. Iron horse armor in there, and now resume. Okay. An Enderium ingot. More diamond, more draconium. Okay, this... I don't know if it's going to explode inside this inventory. So, just to be safe... Hang on, how do you make the shovel? I know it's not called that, it's called something else. Okay. Unstable ingot, or not recipe, use. You can use this to make a shovel of some kind. Because there's a tool for them. I'm not sure how though. Builder's wand is that way. Shovel is 2 obsidian. Okay, I got it right. So, if it's not going to explode in this bag, so let's go 1, 2, bam. Erosion shovel efficiency 10. There we go, taking care of those unstable ingots. Again, not sure if that was going to explode or not inside the loot bag, but, you know, better safe than sorry. An end portal frame? What? What? Wait, do these have a recipe? Oh, they do. Gaia Spirit, okay. Well, still though. That's interesting. Now I just have to make quite a few more of those, and we can go to the end. Dead bush, 2 vibrant alloys, and another unstable ingot. Alright, game, I get it. You want to blow me up. Now we have another Super Builder's Wand, which I'm going to just leave in there. Okay, so there's the hull minus what I just recycled. Oh. What? Let's make another shovel, just because. I've got plenty of builder's wands. Let's make the shovel. Alright. Come on. There you go. And I made a few of those back when we did the Chance Cube opening in the Revenge of the Sea Team series. So that's how I know how to deal with the like surprise, here's a unstable ingot. Those were a little less dangerous because they were in a loot bag inventory and not straight into my inventory without warning. But anyway. Oh yeah, I made some more growth pulsars, by the way, just to speed those up a little bit. Oh, there's some lag. Okay, we're probably running a little bit long on this episode. I've got one more thing. We're going to the Nether. Here comes some more experience. Alright, so if you make a Nether portal and you make a crossbow, do not shoot crossbow bolts into your Nether portal. They will come out the other side. And when you go through your Nether portal, they will hit you. Now, luckily I could fly when that happened to me, because I made the armor. But I was messing around and shooting bolts into the Ender portal to see if it would actually take them through. And then I came through, and they weren't there. They were in the portal, and they shot me. And I got knocked backwards off this platform. Luckily I could fly, or that would have been terrible. But now I put it back on it, just in case. So, in the Nether, here's like random loot that I got off of mobs. You can pause the video and glance through that. It needs to be sorted. Okay, that needs to be sorted and put away. I went ahead and made a nether wart farm. So if I ever need nether wart, here they are. I also went and collected a whole ton of these cloud blocks from the nearby area. There's still some left around. I didn't get all of them, just enough to fill a chest with. So there they are. Also, I don't really have to teleport between points anymore. I mean, I can if I wanted to, but just to save time. I've mostly just been flying across here, just to make it easy on me, and to be less cheaty, if it is cheaty. But hey, I can fly, so the only danger of coming across here is the random ghast or wisp, and they don't happen very often. They're kind of in the distance most of the time. But anyway, so there's the walkway where it connects to the fortress. I have my render distance turned down a little bit here. I grabbed some of that cursed earth and made another cursed earth farm in here. This was more or less an experiment to see, does cursed earth have its own spawn table for mobs, or are they realm or biome specific? Turns out they are realm and biome specific. And that was the test here. If I make a farm with cursed earth in the nether, do I get nether mobs or do I get overworld mobs? The answer is it depends on what dimension, that's the word. Depends on the dimension that you're in as to what mobs spawn on it. So, this is now my nether mob farm. And to keep this thing running at max efficiency, I expanded the slabs over a pretty good portion of the nether fortress. There's the blaze spawner. If I want nothing but blazes, I can come over here. They're totally caged in with fences, and I can just kind of poke them through the sides and occasionally get lit on fire. Anyway, you'll notice here and there there's a couple of spots where there are not slabs, like that spot right there. There's a spot down here. There was a spot right there, one over there. Those spots I cannot place any blocks in, and I don't know why. But I'm not really worried about them. They don't spawn very many mobs, if at all. I also added a layer to the wither farm. Ooh, stop shooting at me. I added another layer to the wither boss arena here. Haven't fought another wither yet. If I do, it'll be on camera just so you guys can watch. But as far as stuff that I've done in the game in the last 2 days, I think that is the entire review. If I missed anything, oh, I wish these guys would not shoot at me, because they will make a fire in there, which causes light, which will make the cursed earth explode and burn up. So, anyway, that'll do it for me for this episode. And until next episode, I hope you guys are having a good Memorial Day, if you're in the States or abroad and celebrating it, or off work and just kind of having a lazy day out barbecuing with family, or, you know, whatever you're doing. But yeah, until next episode, I will see you guys later. Have a good day.